Welcome back, everybody. I'm on basically northwestbound, whatever you want to call it, on Interstate 380, 380. Just got past Cedar Rapids, Iowa, home of CRST. Still Deadhead into Waterloo for my pickup. Nice and easy Deadhead route so far. Better than expected, really. Even though it says Missouri and Iowa that I've been dealing with today. Anyway, I started my day in what's that town in Missouri? Along US 61, north of Hannibal. You guys might remember I stopped there to get me some steak and shake during my 10-hour break. Place did not disappoint. Took a break there, woke up, slept and then woke up about midday. Went inside there to go get me some lunch. Oh man, that was a good burger. Had the garlic burger combo meal. The Reese's chocolate peanut butter shake. Now that garlic burger was really good and fresh and delicious. Yeah, service there, well, that was fast too. That was the fastest steak and shake service I've ever had. And it was, I got my food first, and then like, oh shit, I don't even have my shakes yet. But just a short time, like not even a minute later, the girl who made my shake brought it to me. So, I tend to have bad experiences with the one in Henrietta, Texas. That's another one I like to go to, but I tend to be pretty slow on getting the shakes actually made, you see. Sometimes my food's ready and the shake isn't, and I have to wait several minutes before the shake is done. And I find that a bad practice. So it's not that my food gets a chance to get cold because it's getting plated before my drink is ready. I remember my time working fast food many years back. That was a cardinal sin for us to do. You don't plate food until you want the food to be the last thing ready, not the first. And for that very reason, you don't want the food getting cold while they're waiting on other items to be ready. And particularly the fries. Another cases here. Anyway, but one thing I regret not knowing is exactly where I have a cousin who lives in the general vicinity of Iowa City. It's all I do. I thought she said that she lived south of Iowa City before, but I don't remember exactly where. I ended up finding out while I was on my break, and down there over by Steak and Shake, that she lives in Washington, Iowa, which is very close to US 218. In fact, I'm on my way up here tonight, this morning, whatever. Found out there's a truck stop right there off that same exit that goes over to Washington. So had I known that would be the case, I probably would have ixnayed the Steak and Shake and gone straight up there and ran a harder shift to get up there so I could visit her and her husband and kids and all that. Which I haven't seen them in years. lived out in the western Chicago suburbs for many years. For a while, my cousin lived in Southern Cal as well, and she really grew up in Utah. So it would have been nice to be able to hang out with her again. I haven't hung out with her in a long time. I think she was living in Riverside or somewhere, over my neck of the woods. Last time I actually got a chance to hang out with her. Anyway, the Deadhead route, if you were watching the Moberly videos that I did recently, I talked about possibly taking either US 63 straight up from Moberly, which is a more direct route, or taking US 24 over to Hannibal, and basically head up US 61 and US 218 from there. And it turned out the more direct route is 40 miles shorter than the one I took, but it was expected to be a few minutes slower than the route I took. So that's a good indication that this way is a good route. Yeah, it's more miles, but it's quicker and it's less hassle. And honestly, it's been nice. This was my first experience. My first experience ever dealing with US 218. I think I had been on, I have used 61 before, but not 218, if I recall. Last time I took 61, I was still with Cedar England, my first year of driving, I think it was, and I was soloing. I had a load that I picked up, not in Rogers, Arkansas, but somewhere down that way, off of I-49. All I remember is I took US 412, was it 412 across to US 65 up to Springfield. Took I-44 up and then US 54 up. And basically up to Kingdom City. Then I continued up 54 and ended up basically taking US 61 up. If I remember right, worked my way up to Quad City, and then I-88 across from there over to Sterling, Illinois, which is where the load went to. Alright, Urbana, next two exits. Tonight was my first experience ever with 218. It was a good experience. Hardly any traffic at all. Really only had one person on my side to deal with that I interacted with at all. By interaction, I mean anybody where you pass them or they pass you or drive alongside each other or whatever. That's an interaction. It was just one, like an SUV van, whatever it was, that I passed. Further down, I think I was actually still on US 61 at that time. The whole rest of the time, it's been nobody around me except for getting up here by Cedar Rapids. With occasional every few miles or so traffic going southbound that I'd see. Nobody northbound in the immediate area of me, which I loved it. So I'll definitely do this route again. Turned out there are plenty of places along the route for trucks to park as well, it seems. Don't expect to find a lot of the big companies. The only one I saw was a Flying J that I was originally thinking about stopping at this morning. I forget what that town was. It was before I got to Mount Pleasant, though. there've been plenty of spots where, you know, that had truck parking, you know, or basically or truck stops or whatever. So not difficult to find spots. It seems along this route that where you can bed down. Got another Casey's up here coming up with diesel, so wouldn't be surprised if that's another one. Let's stop. Parked over there. See a couple of trucks parked over there on the, so I'll call it the south side of the lot facing north. And another truck in the fuel island. It's a bit windy here again. And cold too. It's I got 25-degree temps here at the moment. The first night I've actually made use of my my JCT jacket that I got. Basically, my jacket I got for free as a longevity award. Freaking headlight decided to turn off. Give it a minute, and then I'll probably let it cool down a little bit, and then I'll start it back. I'll reset it. Trying to experiment, see if it's because of cold getting hot, I mean the element getting hot, or if it's just the bumps or whatever. I know when I do my pre-trips, it always shuts off. You know, as soon as I open my hood and the hood's tilted down, it seems to shut off all the time. So when I do my next PM, I might go ahead and have them check it out, replace it, whatever. I gotta get my tail lights checked out as well for wiring issues. My mirror heater, last time I tried to use it, it turned out it wasn't working, so that's another one that I'll get looked at. I want to try to get past north of 30,000 miles for the quarter first before I stop and before I plan on getting my next PM done, which actually isn't too far away. I believe I'm already up over 26,000 for the quarter, so really only a little over another week. But actually no, I think that the 26,000 includes the load I'm getting her to pick up from start to finish. So I imagine another week and a half after that. Come on. You can't be serious. Why that happened. Alright, is that good? Damn it. Yeah. It's gonna have to stay there until later. 24 miles down so far, so should be about 25 or so out. Nature Trail, exit 49. Alright, so I left extra early for picking this up because one, I wanted to avoid dealing with traffic if I could. I like to drive at night just for that reason. Another, I was already awake anyway. Said, well, shit, if I'm gonna be awake anyway, might as well be productive and run the Deadhead miles out. Especially now that I know that the receiver, that the shipper has their own, that they have a staging lot I can park in. I don't have to worry so much about running my 14 down because with the new HOS rules, as long as I take at least a 2 or 3 hour break there, it'll stop my 14-hour clock. Something that I used to not be able to do, but I can take better advantage of now. Definitely one of the nice perks of the new HOS rule changes. Even if I did have the old rules to work with, it looks like this way station's closed. It's a little bit far to read the sign still, but it looks like it says closed. It looks like the word is a little bit too long to say open. Yeah, it definitely says closed. Okay, so now my planned route is going to be I-80 all the way across to the Salt Lake City area and then I-15 down from there. And even if I don't run any loaded miles at all after I pick the load up on this shift, I'll be 1,860 miles out, roughly, if I'm not mistaken. And it's about 620 mile shifts. I can do that, no problem. Especially when it's all I-80. Now, I guess there's a catch-22 to that, though. Because Nebraska and Wyoming are very easy to plop 700 plus mile shifts in, but only if the road conditions permit. If I have more weather too, because if I run into strong winds, especially over by Elk Mountain or icy conditions there, that could be a concern. So any kind of miles logged at all, loaded with, before I end today's shift, great. If not, like I say, 620 mile shifts is all I have to do to get all the way to Wilmington, and I'm going to actually be shut down on the third shift, basically after I do for my next 10. So I got to do at least 4 shifts no matter what. The shift I'm on now being one of them, and then I got 3 shifts to get to Cali. It's 1860 from my shipper to Wilmington, and it's at least a good 80-90 miles or so from my house to Wilmington, and I have to go right past my house to get there. That's really, we're talking about 17 something. So really only not even 600 mile shifts to get to my own house. Trip planning in advance. Yeah, this kind of shows you guys who are newer to the industry just how effectively knowing the roads can help you with your own trip planning needs. So even if I can, hopefully if I can run about a good 400 miles today, loaded, that can actually get me all the way to perhaps North Platte, or perhaps Lexington or somewhere over there in Nebraska. Somewhere roughly central Nebraska area though. So let's just say I end up in Lexington. That's exit 237. Alright, my next shift would be 600, okay, it's 237 to get to Wyoming, and then Wyoming is 403 miles across, so it's about a 640 mile shift to get from there to the Utah border. Got here Jessup and LaPorte City, exit 55. Yeah, even if I were to just run to Sidney, Nebraska, about 60 miles from oh wait, no. Yeah, I would be thinking like Fort Bridger or somewhere. That's only around 30 miles before the Utah border. Yeah, still some decent miles. Or, even let's just say if I went right to the Utah line, and 70 miles from there to the I-15, another 300-ish from there to basically where I-215 and I-15 meet up in Murray, Utah. It's right at 300 miles from there to the Arizona line. So that'll be about 370. Another 30, just shy of 30 in Arizona. That's 400. Nevada is 122. That'd be 522. So really, I can do at least a good 80 miles into California on that shift, which would actually get me between Baker and Barstow. In reality, I'd probably run a little bit more and get myself to, I could possibly get all the way home on that shift. Now I think I'm gonna, no matter what, have to take 2 extra 10-hour breaks. Even if I run 400 loaded miles, that'd still put me 1460 out. I cannot do that in 2 shifts. Down to 23 degrees, just a little bit after 4 a.m. local time. Okay, I've done 174. I believe I'm about 15 or so miles out. Even get a chance to meet up with Carl Green on some point in time today. I don't know. I'll probably be giving him a call. might not be familiar with Carl Green. He's a friend of mine. I met him through Scotty D. Those of you guys, probably more people are familiar with Scotty D than they are with me. Scotty, by the way, congratulations. He just hit 17,000 subscribers on his channel yesterday. Scotty's a friend of mine. He used to drive for us. And he's I don't pay much a hell of a lot of attention to other YouTube truckers. I do tend to. I'm not on his channel watching his streams very often, but I do sometimes go on there and see what's up. He used to come on to my streams as well. I haven't been streaming lately, so yeah, usually if I'm streaming on the weekend, they usually come on for a little bit. But yeah, Carl, I know, basically he's a mutual friend to Scotty. I met Carl in person once in Council Bluffs, when Scotty and I swapped loads once. Scotty was running on a tighter, really tight schedule. I think he was running even just a little bit behind on a load going to Janesville, Wisconsin. And I was under a load going to Aurora, Illinois. I think it was Aurora. I got Gilbertville next year. Both had similar miles remaining, but his appointment time was earlier than mine, so I gave him a chance to get my load delivered on time, and I was in a better position to deliver his on time. But anyway, yeah, we met up in Council Bluffs to do that swap, and that's when we were there doing that's when I met Carl in person for the first time. I knew I was already familiar with him and friends with him on Facebook, but I hadn't actually met him in person until that point. But we subsequently also already met a couple of other times later at the little truck stop in Denison, Iowa that Carl always he's often at, because Carl drives for the mail service, U.S. Postal Service basically, for a contracted carrier that regularly, it basically goes back and forth between Omaha and basically that area of Iowa. And Denison is right off of US 30, I think, or is it 20? I have to double check, but it's one of the two. Speaking of US 20, I got US 20 coming right up 1 mile from here. One of those two though, but yeah, I can basically take that highway straight out from here, and that would get me right to Denison. Found I'd rather not deal with it. I was getting ready to pass this truck here, but I see speed reduction signs coming up, and probably construction and stuff. Speed zone ahead. Let's figure out what the speed limit is first before I commit to passing them. It's like 65. Yeah, that's one of the things I hate is showing up, getting into a construction zone. CRST, he's just a little slow. I'm expecting an interchange at some point in time soon. We'll have to transition to the right to stay on 380, so I've got to really stay attentive to that. Aware of the signage. Stay over here on the left because it's going to merge into the one of the other, the existing lanes there. That means the lane to my right's probably going to end into me. In fact, this lane even ends into yeah. Exactly how I was saying, the right lane turned into an exit-only lane. Miles so far. Yeah, I gotta laugh. My old DM, she doesn't drive. She doesn't work for us anymore. Now, I got Evansdale next 2 exits. I think Evansdale's where the Flying J here in the Waterloo area is, if I remember right. Anyway, she went to the Albuquerque area to visit her dad, I think it was, or yeah, I want to say her dad. And I guess she just got back to the Tulsa area today, and she posted, oh, that 10-hour drive, like it was just like a miserable long drive. And so, of course, you get all of us drivers in there. It's just a regular day in the office there. And another day in paradise. We're just laughing. You're bitching about a 10-hour day of driving. Wow. Hell, 10 hours. That really is a normal day for me. I see a Freightliner dealer over there. Right. Exit 68, got Judy's Restaurant, Arby's. Okay, yeah, right here is the Flying J. I could settle down right here if I wanted to, but I'm not. Just gonna go ahead and run straight to the shipper. Like my exit to stay on 380 is coming up 2.5 miles. Waterloo and La Porte City. Basically back on to US 218 is where I'm going to be going. Exit 70. There's also a Love's over here. I don't remember the exit number, but it's over here in this area. Deerwood Park, Cedar Valley Nature Trail again. River Forest Road, that's the one I was thinking about using to get over to the shipper originally until I saw the Google review talking about the other route. Casey's General Store. I came into town here, I delivered to, what was it, the Target BC over here? Was it Target? I can't remember. It's right over here. I don't remember what exit it was, but it's very close by. Actually, it was like 1 or 2 exits west of where the Love's is at. That's all I remember. And then I reloaded here in town as well at the Tyson plant. 380 is not going to stay here very much longer. I think the freeway ends and turns into a surface street, and then it'll just be US 218. That river I just passed, the same river that I'll cross again to, right before the shipper. Turning on 18th Street, San Martin Drive, quarter mile. Yeah, the freeway should be ending though. So I even went on satellite view to confirm what it because I thought it was like, how the hell is it running to 18th Street? And because the guy said turn on 18th from right from 380, and like, huh? How do you turn from an interstate right onto a street? And yeah, it turned out the interstate ends. Yeah, see, 380 ends half a mile. This could be 18th coming up. I don't know for sure. Right lane must turn right. I'd like to see a sign telling me what street this is, though. Just in case. Can't tell what street this is. No, this is Mitchell. And unfortunately, I don't know how close I am to 18th because my phone fell off the mountain. I can't pull the map up. And I couldn't see that street sign because it wasn't lit up. I am expecting to see a traffic light there, though, at the intersection I turn at, though. Great. Hawthorne Avenue. It'd be nice to have these damn signs lit up so I can actually read them before I'm, so I don't have to get out of like 20 miles an hour to read if it's the street I need to turn on. Okay, this street has turned. I'm expecting that kind of a sharp angle turn. Oh, this is 18th right here. Okay. To cross over the river, and then there'll be a left turn on the Sycamore. It's Commercial Street here. Bomb tiller. Alright, here's the river, it looks like. Over here on the left. Let's see, is the light right there Sycamore? I don't know. Yeah, I assume it is. I know I gotta go on to the north end of this street. This Sycamore. Yeah, that's the Sycamore right here. Okay, so right here is gate 1. It's already open, or the gate is, but I wasn't expecting that. They said gate 2s were gonna go through to get to their staging area. Don't see any trucks there at all. All drop trailers are done, so that responsibility of trucking company. Why are there no trucks here? I'll also have to figure out where the washout is. Trailers only. Circle back and park over there by that hill, by those other trailers there. Over this way a little bit more so don't get quite so close to that other trailer's doors. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit tempted to just go over to Flying J because this seems a little bit weird that there aren't any trucks here. Because the Google reviews say there's overnight parking allowed here, and so I'm a little bit confused, especially with it being Sunday night, Monday morning now, and you'd think there'd be more, at least a few trucks here. It's not the hugest place in the world, but it's, I don't know, I guess I'll find out. I'll camp out here and When it gets closer time to pick up, I'll find out where exactly I need to wash out. They said somewhere between gates 2 and 3, which I just went through gate 2. And what's up with this fire station looking place here? Or those, but I think those are actually dock doors inside a garage or something, if I had to guess. Yeah, I imagine, it's kind of a washout around here, right here in the area. I'll probably just walk around when once actually there's stuff going on. Probably have a better idea of where exactly it's at, or where exactly I'm supposed to wash out at, where I check in. I understood I'm supposed to check in over there by gate 1, but I'll find out. Not too difficult to get here overall. It's just would have been nice being able to see the road signs. That was about it. So, alright, that's all for this one. I'll have some more footage here when it's time to pick up. I'll do some footage there and then run going back over to the truck stop to Skillet or whatever, and work my way over to whether it be Denison or over toward Nebraska. I'll probably do a little bit of footage there as well. I don't know. Don't want to have too much of a long video. Trying to at least have somewhat of awareness of the fact that typical viewer doesn't have much of an attention span. So, all right. So that's all I have. Thanks for watching.